feel like a king, oh yeah. Baby, can't help but stare. Such a rush, baby. Oh, when you touch me with
All right. You tuned in at the right time, the right place to Viva ENT, rock, pop, and soul. Guys and dolls, cats and chicks. I'm Devin the Dude, and all the young dude.
Hey!
And I'm filling in for Johnny the Capo today, and I'm here with Do Train, DC, Darren.
Yeah, do
Say hi to Seattle, Darren.
Hello, everybody, and how the rest of the world as well.
And then we got the greatest producer this side of the 90s. It is
Side of the 90s. That's a new one.
Yep, Eric.
CC Rider. I am here, yes. You know, I've been thinking, we've got Johnny's opening theme song. We've got the Devin the Dude song. But when we have guests on, we don't really have a theme song for them. So let's try this out just for today.
I love it.
Now we got a guest theme song.
That's great.
Thank you.
That was back in the early 90s. So.
It was, yes.
So we got a packed show for you, ladies and gentlemen. I got some announcements to make. We got some tributes to make. And then we're going to jump into 1993, the top songs. So a few announcements. There is a lot of shows happening in January. A lot of things got canceled, but there's still some shows holding on. Like Randy Linder's playing the 23rd at Canoes Cabaret. If you haven't been up to Layup Casino, that's where we went and saw the Blondie tribute.
That's right, Sunday Girl.
Yep. And Chapter 5. Also Oxford Saloon. They have I saw Hedgy Cheek, and then The Warning, Black Sabbath's Experience. Guy Johnson Band at Canoes Cabaret. Stonesy, a tribute to the Rolling Stones. We got their Chapter 5, a tribute to Stevie Wonder. Coming up January 30th, El Loco, tribute to ZZ Top. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Also January 30th, the Get Back.
That's right, the IMAX movie experience, which I have a ticket to.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and I learned something about that. The showing on the 30th is going to be a one-time special showing. They'll end up showing the special later. But this first one is going to be with a live question and answer session via satellite with Peter Jackson.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so that will be very cool.
That's a special night.
Yeah.
Have you seen Get Back yet, Eric?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on the to-do list, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
We got to mention the Viva ENT Rock, Pop, and Soul Talk Radio Rock, Pop, and Soul group. Over 1,200 members.
That's right.
For all your music enthusiasts out there from around the world. It's a great community of people that really enjoy music.
Yeah, lots of fun posts and lots of good interaction. So if anybody out there wants to join the group, find us on Facebook.
Yeah. And also my YouTube channel, Devin Creisler Studios. I'm posting band videos all the time. Over 1,400 videos.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting to the point did I really attend these shows? Like,
that's a lot.
Some of them I'm for like, wow, at least I got a video of it. So I'm the last audiovisual freelancer at the convention center at this point.
Oh, wow.
Because I did inventory last December, and there has not been a show there since. So I want to lose that title. I want shows to come back.
Yeah.
So, and I hope they do soon. Anastasia at the Paramount is coming up.
That'll be a good
working
show.
On that, hopefully. Everything goes to plan. Been helping Signal Flags with their recording session. They've been recording an album. There's just so much going on in the music scene in Seattle today.
Oh, and a real quick shout out. Today is Leon Hendrix's birthday, Jimi Hendrix's brother.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So happy birthday to Leon.
Well, happy birthday. That's great. Also, I want to give a shout out to Pent Up. They played at their debut at the Central Saloon, and Entropy Sun. I'd like to bring the band on sometime, interview them. They have some original songs that need to be heard.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, I think we're done with announcements. Let's move on to some tributes. We lost America's grandma, Betty White, at the end of 2021.
Yep, a lot of people's favorite Golden Girl.
Yep. And my wife loved Golden Girls. Yeah, she
Oh, what a
watches-
great show that was. All four of those actresses were just wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party.
And she is the Guinness World Record holder for longest TV career by an entertainer, female.
Wow.
I did not know that. That's great.
Eight decades.
Wow. That is a lot.
And received 8 Emmy Awards for 3 American Comedy Awards, 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a Grammy Award. And she's got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame and a 1995 Television Hall of Fame inductee. So.
And just shy of her 100th birthday.
Yeah, just shy.
Passed on. Yeah.
Which, yeah, that was just a few days ago.
Because
She would have been 100.
She was born January 17th, 1922. So we're about 4 days short of her being 100, but she passed on New Year's Eve. So,
And she has some good songs that she played. Like, could we play it like the good? It's a Good Day. If we could pull that up.
hey, I didn't know that Betty White had a musical side.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, well, she won an Emmy for a Grammy Award.
Grammy.
So she has musical talents.
Yeah, she was. A lot of the, of course, performers that started back, as far as she did, came out of a very varied, background in terms of different kinds of performance, singing, dancing,
Yeah.
musicals, reviews and things.
And an animal lover, too. She worked with zoos. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
all around a great lady. You rarely find somebody that is as universally beloved as Betty White was.
Absolutely.
Here she is doing It's a Good Day back in 1954.
It's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. It's a good day. How can anything go wrong? 'Cause it's a good day from morning till night. It's a good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. Everything to gain and nothing to lose. It's a good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. Oh, you gotta get going if you're gonna make a showing. And you've got to right away. It's a good day for curing your ills, and it's a good day.
it is a good
for
day.
paying your
Oh,
bills.
I agree.
Every day is a gift.
Did you know that she was the 4th honorary mayor of Hollywood?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until today. So
I like that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. And she got to host Saturday Night Live in 2010, and she got a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series for that.
Awesome. Yeah, she was, like I said, very multi-talented. She'd do singing and dancing and straight bits and comedy and all over the board. She was wonderful.
And speaking of comedians, we also lost America's dad, Bob Saget, just like a week ago. And
That's right.
I got to see him live at the Snoqualmie Casino
Very, very
a few
cool.
years ago. And he played music, but we can't play that on the radio. Well,
Some of his stuff is not very family friendly. Ashley and Mary Kate Olsen wouldn't appreciate it.
Well, he
maybe.
definitely had two sides. His TV persona that the dad on Full House, and of course the host of America's Funniest Home Videos. Both of those very family friendly, very safe, if you will. And then his stand-up material, which was very edgy and raunchy,
very blue,
and very blue. Yes, but people loved both. So
ABC, very prime time.
Including his wonderful cameo in the movie Half Baked.
Oh yeah,
yes.
and the roast of Bob Saget.
Another clip we cannot play on the air.
And he got a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album for his stand-up comedy in 2014.
Yeah.
So rest in peace out there.
Lots of tributes out there from a lot of great comedians too, paying tribute to Bob in the last few days.
Yeah. And then recently, also, we lost Ronnie Spector.
Yeah, Wednesday the 12th of this year, she passed on. And, I mean, that's a huge loss to the music world.
We're going to have
what
to do a
legend.
special. She's the
Yeah.
original queen of rock and roll.
I would agree with that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And she's worked, the Rolling Stones, and she got to meet John Lennon, and
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, leader of the Ronettes,
Ronettes,
she was, she was married to, what is the gentleman's name?
Phil Spector?
Phil
Phil
Spector,
Spector.
thank you. Yes, I was blanking on him. And he's probably not really well described as a gentleman, considering he,
considering some of his later foibles.
Yes, exactly. But in the '60s, he was a huge musical force, and Ronnie was, his wife, and of course, musical collaborator on many, many projects.
And she was born Veronica Greenfield, so but she changed her name to with getting married to Phil.
Yeah.
Could we play "Be My Baby"?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she the Ronettes. Yeah, this is she's at 78.
Well, she was there,
Yes.
at the very beginning of Motown with all the stuff going on with Phil and Berry Gordy and all the, all that great,
The
evolution.
Wall of Sound.
Yeah, the Wall of Sound and all that great Motown stuff.
And then there we go.
The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads every place we go. So won't you please be my new baby? Say you'll be my darling. Be my baby now.
Ah, what a voice.
Yeah, in 1965, they were voted the third top singing group in England, behind the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Yeah. Such a distinct vocalist. There's an unmistakable sound to her voice.
Yeah.
Nobody else sounds like her.
And in 2007, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Ronettes.
As she well should have been.
Definitely.
Very deserved.
Well, we'll have to do a whole special on her, but maybe next week.
That would be a good idea. Maybe the Capo will like that idea.
And we're also thinking about bringing Johnny Madera on, too. So
I heard that, yeah.
that's
Very
that'll
cool.
be a good show. Well, are we ready to leave 2022 behind and go back in time to
I think we gotta.
1993?
Yes, indeed. This was really when grunge was heating up and taking over the world.
And the number one song from 1993 is
Not grunge.
not grunge.
Not
Not grunge
grunge.
in the least, man.
And I will always love this song. It's "I Will Always Love You," not Dolly Parton, but Whitney Houston.
Whitney
Yeah.
Houston.
Written by Dolly Parton. But Whitney turned it into, I think, one of the biggest selling songs of all time.
That sounds right.
But I know
Of course, from the movie The Bodyguard that Whitney Houston starred in, along with Kevin Costner.
the way. And I will always love you. Will always love you.
One of the top selling albums of all time.
Yeah, I was going to say not only did that song win the Grammy, but the album for The Bodyguard also won the Grammy Award that next year,
And it spent 14 weeks at number one on the Billboard Hot 100.
which is incredible.
Yeah. And hearing this now, I can kind of tolerate it. I gotta say, back in '93, I got real tired of this song because it was everywhere all the time. And I mean, there was cases where people were playing this like 24/7, and people were actually, getting arrested because they were driving their neighbors insane with this song. I mean, people were addicted to it. It was crazy.
Now they have the new CD technology to.
Yeah, no, they put it on repeat, and that there was a famous case in England of somebody, having the cops come out because somebody was just annoying the heck out of their neighborhood by just blasting this
Infinite repeat
for hours. Yeah, so don't do that. But looking back now, many years later, it is a pretty good rendition of the song.
It has stand
We
the
could
test
say
of
that.
time, definitely.
Yes.
And I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, Whitney, she had a lot of great hits. That was
It's pretty dreamy.
one of many.
Yeah. And then something completely different now, number 2 on the list. Whoop, There It Is by Tag Team.
Another jock jam.
And my man Steve Rowland, we're kicking the flow, and it goes a little something like this. Tag
this.
team back again, check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air.
Oh, I'm going to hit the gym with this later.
3 words when you're getting busy.
Well, he just said DC's in the house, and we got 2 DC's in the house.
Double DC.
Yeah, not to be confused with 95 South's Woot, There It Is, which was also popular at the time and, was a competing single out. But Whoop, There It Is the one that went out and ended up being
The huge
the massive hit. Yeah,
It's their one-hit wonder.
absolutely. As were 95 South.
Right.
Just not
right.
as successful as Tag Team.
It's still played at basketball games and probably hockey games and everywhere.
Yeah, lots of sporting events. Another jock jam, as I said.
Yeah, there was a famous compilation called Jock Jams
Yes.
that included that, and it was aptly named because this was used in sporting events all over the country, and I think this was probably used in the didn't they have like a stripper jams or something like that around the same time too? And I think this was one of them as well. Crossover there.
And
I'll
it's
take your word on that one.
4 times platinum for 4 million copies sold.
Yeah,
And
that's incredible.
1 week at number 1 at the U.S. R&B chart, and it's behind Whitney Houston's "I'll Always Love You." It has sold, very well.
Yeah, yes.
And then the third one is a throwback to Elvis, but it's a different it's a cover. "I Can't Help Falling in Love."
UB40. Now, these guys really found a formula after Red Red Wine was such a big hit in the late 80s, their cover of the Neil Diamond song. And they just kept putting out like covers of classic songs done with a reggae style. And,
That's what
they
hit
had
big.
many hits doing that formula.
And people loved them.
Yeah.
Very unique voice.
Only fools rushing, but I can't falling in love with you.
Of course, a UB40 in England is an unemployment benefit form.
Oh.
And that's where they got their name from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Back from their early days on the dole, as they say.
And great Elvis hit too.
Yeah, I mean, they followed this formula and had scored big hits with Red Red Wine, Can't Help Falling in Love, as well as their version of I Got You, Babe. All big hits.
I didn't know Neil Diamond did Red Red Wine. I thought it was a UB40 song.
Yeah, no, it was originally written and performed by Neil Diamond, just like many people forget that Dolly Parton did I Will Always Love You First. You know, it was just the success of the UB40 version just kind of outshined the Neil Diamond version.
Well, that's the way the love goes.
That's the way it does indeed.
Number 4 of the year, Janet Jackson.
My love is blind, can't you see my desire?
At this point in her career, Janet Jackson had kind of finally eclipsed her brother as far as success in the 90s. Janet Jackson was the big star of the family.
Yeah, absolutely. This song won the Grammy for.
And then they teamed up, of course, in the 90s with the song Scream.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this won the Grammy for Best Rhythm and Blues Song.
Yeah, it's a little different than her other work. But it won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Song, in additional to Billboard Awards, BMI Pop Awards, and Most Played Song.
Yeah, written and produced by her longtime producers and collaborators, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, of course, who we've mentioned many times. Anytime we mention Janet Jackson, we talk about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis being a big part of her sound. And, of course, she collaborated on the writing and producing as well.
And the music video received several nominations as well at the MTV Video Awards.
She was always good with her videos.
And this from her self-titled album, Janet.
Janet, dot.
Yes,
Yep.
Janet, period.
Yep.
Yes. Many years into her career.
And she signed with Virgin Records with an estimated $32 to $50 million, making her the highest paid recording artist at the time.
Wow. That is something.
You can definitely hear that they updated their sound from the 80s kind of thing. It's a little bit smoother. Smoothed out on the R&B tip, as they would say.
Yeah.
A little more like New Jack Swing, but just a little bit smoother.
And it's probably still on tape.
Updated, yeah.
Wasn't maybe digital yet, but maybe it's
Yeah, probably recorded digitally, but mixed to tape.
like reel to reel.
Yeah.
And then Bruno Mars covered the song back in 2014, and that was another hit for him. So
I did not know that.
it just carries on.
Look that one up.
And then number 5 for the year, "Freak Me" by Silk.
Yes. Talk about smooth. It don't get smoother than silk. The R&B jams were strong in 93.
Well, I was going to say,
yeah.
and that's some really strong MIDI drums right there.
Yeah.
That is strong MIDI drums.
Certified platinum.
Formed in 89 in Atlanta, Georgia. This was their biggest hit single.
It's not cotton.
No,
It's silk.
You ever raise silkworms?
No.
In second grade, I got to raise silkworms.
I did watch the movie Silkwood once, though.
I'll have to check that out.
And much like Silkwood, this song is making me want to take a shower.
Well, shall we move on here to number 6, "Weak" by CWV.
Yeah, another smooth R&B jam.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell, but maybe when I hear it, I'll
Yeah,
come up.
this one has one of those lengthy intros in the video, so let's skip past that and get to the song.
But it's caused me to act in such a crazy way. Whatever it is.
Of course, SWV stands for Sisters with Voices.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't know that.
and some strong MIDI drums.
So
Right.
they were sisters?
Well, sisters in the sense that they were all African Americans.
Soul sisters.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is number 72 on the top 100 greatest girl group songs of all time, according to Billboard. So
I
that's,
know that.
that's
That's a feat, being the top 100.
a plus.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of groups like this in the early 90s. You got your TLCs and your En Vogues, and SWV were up there with them.
They're smooth with a V.
Yes.
From a RCA label.
Smoother than silk.
Yeah. And
They're satin.
There you go.
Velvet, maybe not.
Formed in '88 as a gospel group
What?
in New York City, and in the '90s went on to big R&B success.
Kind of like Stacey Israel we've had on the show. She in the 90s was in the scene, but
And it's just interesting how much of the top 100, the top of the charts in '93, just dominated by R&B jams.
and then the next one, If I Ever Fall in Love by Shay.
Shy. Here's another one. Yeah.
Fall in love again. Next time, the lady will be.
That smoothed out R&B pop was just the biggest thing
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
8 weeks at number 2.
And it's interesting when you look back. I mean, people think of like early '90s as being like hardcore hip hop, grunge, metal. All these genres were popular, but clearly the most popular was smoothed out R&B.
Yeah.
It just sounds so much different than all the other stuff we've heard.
Yeah.
And then this was covered in 1996 by the British boy band E17.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, probably due to different, kinds of marketing strategies for different
Sure.
kinds of, genres of music, and some is more radio friendly, and some is,
Well, let's not forget that these are the Hot 100 singles
Right.
of the year.
Right.
So, a band could sell a ton of albums and not show up in the pop charts.
True enough, yeah.
But so sometimes they're weighted a little more towards, one-hit wonders or singles groups because people weren't necessarily buying the albums. They were buying the singles more.
We're
Right.
no longer in AOR territory anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And some good albums that came out this year were like River of Dreams, Billy Joel, which you got to see that concert.
Yeah, I ended up seeing Billy Joel on the River of Dreams concert tour, which was at the very end of the year in December.
Of 93 in Seattle.
In Seattle at the Seattle Center Coliseum.
Wow.
And then a few days later, I saw Pearl Jam at the Mercer Arena on, what was the Versus tour, although that show was billed as a special sort of show called Fight, Hate, Educate, and had a couple local bands opening for them as well that night, but got a comp ticket to that show thanks to my wonderful father. So thanks, Dad.
All right. Go dads in the industry. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, but Pearl Jam, of course, great. And I had seen them, the year before in '92 at that very famous Free concert that they had done out at Magnuson Park, which originally was going to be at Gasworks. But that was the one, of course, where Eddie Vedder climbed up onto the stanchioning and the scaffolding for the stage.
Oh, up on the rigging? And
Yeah, up on the rigging, and he hung up from the rigging above the stage with his microphone, and then slung it over the rigging and slid down the mic cable back down to the stage. There's pictures of it everywhere online. So
that's risky, but
yeah,
he
famous
pulled it off.
incident. Yeah.
It's just like the footage that we see in the video. It's either even flow or live, one of those.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some clips in there. Yep. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if that was rehearsed.
It was something that he had done before, but it was something that he was sort of working
XLR
on.
cable, never underestimate it.
That's right. Strong enough to Tarzan down to the stage on.
Well, number 8 for the year is Dream Lover by Mariah Carey. And this is from her third studio album, Music Box. And lyrics and music composed by Carey and Dave Hall.
Oh, she had a fantastic voice.
Yeah, Mariah Carey at the height of her powers with this album. Her and Janet Jackson just kept on, going back and forth on who's the biggest solo diva out there.
And Madonna's like, don't forget about me.
Yeah. But I don't think Madonna did as well in the 90s as Janet and Mariah. She did well still. She was still a superstar, but I think Mariah Carey and Janet Jackson kind of eclipsed everybody.
So I have some 1993 facts, like Patti LaBelle received her Hollywood star March 4th.
Gotta like that. I've been down to the Walk of Fame before. It's fun to go check out all the stars.
And then Willie Nelson, John Cougar, Mellencamp, Neil Young, and more than 30 artists perform at Farm Aid 6 in Iowa, April 24th.
Actually, it's funny. Sorry to backtrack just a hair, but on January 1st of 93, I actually was there in L.A. for the Rose Bowl. Yeah.
Wow. So you got around in 93.
Yeah. And the night before, we went to the Hard Rock Cafe to eat dinner on New Year's Eve and took some pictures. Real fun. But we did go to the Walk of Fame and see a bunch of the stars. Yeah.
That's cool. Actually, if things go to plan, I should be in Hollywood sometime in September.
Oh, I like it.
For a Rammstein concert.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Which should have happened 2 years ago, but
right.
Like the Grammys, everything's been postponed.
I wonder what happened.
Something happened.
Something.
Well, number 9 is a Rump Shaker.
Yes.
By Rex in Effects.
Rex in Effect. Continuing the tradition of hip-hop songs all about rear ends.
That's right.
So many one-hit wonders, hip-hop one-hit wonders in the 90s. It seems like, rappers really couldn't count on having a career. They could have one or two big songs in the 90s, but then kind of disappeared. Feels like it wasn't until like the noughties when people started, considering rappers like artists that you buy multiple albums from, your Jay-Z's, your Eminems, etc.
Right.
Kind of like cryptocurrency. It goes up, and then
it
goes, and then where is it?
Rump Shaker.
And then Paper Planes by MIA is speculated to be based off the chorus of this. There's some similarities, definitely.
Well, this is one of those ones where, I'm not crazy about the song, but there's no denying that sample. That saxophone sample is so catchy that it's just relentless. You can't help but kind of get hooked in by that.
That's right.
And the same thing with this next song, Informer. by Canadian reggae artist Snow.
That's right, yeah.
12 Inches of Snow.
Another one-hit wonder. Kind of the Drake of his day, if you will, because he was a Canadian rapper. Except Snow was white, hence his name.
Yeah, like Eminem. Yeah. And spent 7 consecutive weeks at number 1. Wow. Which, that's huge when there's Whitney Houston on the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a massive hit in the 90s. And then he kind of disappeared after that.
And he
disappeared from the charts. I'm sure he didn't leave the planet or anything.
Probably on his yacht in the Bahamas.
I don't know.
Never know.
Or in Canada, skiing in 12 inches of snow.
Probably. I've heard some of the follow-ups to this, and I got to say, I can see why he was a one-hit wonder.
And VH1 calls this number 84 of the top 100 greatest songs of the 90s.
Wow. Well, gents, we are due for a break, so why don't we do that, and we'll come back and talk more about the top hits of 1993.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rentals specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number is 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com. Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com.
Get inspired every hour right here on Alternative Talk 1150.
One, two, three into the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. Ready to make an entrance, so back on up. Cause you know we're about to rip.
All right, we're back on Viva ENT, Rock, Pop, and Soul. I'm Devin the Dude. I'm here with Darren, Dude Train.
Hello.
And Eric, CC Reidar.
That's me.
And we're talking the top songs of 1993, and we're up to number 11, Nothing But a G Thing.
Nothing But a G Thing. Yeah, I mentioned that it seemed like hip-hop was just all about the singles in the 90s, but there were some huge rap albums, including Dr. Dre's The Chronic, which was kind of a landmark record in hip-hop at the time. And of course, helped launch the career of Snoop Doggy Dogg,
right?
Who, had a massive solo record, a debut record after this.
And he has a three-decade-long career now. And
so a funny tie-in, the song of mine that we played last time I was on the show, the drum machine that we used to make all the drums for that album is the same drum machine that he used to make the drums for The Chronic.
Wow.
Yeah, we used the exact same model.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's right. You played Preacher Man last show.
That's right, yeah.
It definitely worked.
Oh, it was a great drum machine. Trust me, we love that thing.
And this was number 2, only behind Informer by Snow. But it did make number 1 on the hot R&B hip-hop singles and tracks charts.
if they released a record of just the music from all the hip hop songs of the 90s, I would be playing that like crazy. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not crazy about a lot of the rap stuff, you know. I mean, no offense to anybody, because obviously hugely popular, but a lot of it just doesn't connect with me. But some of the samples and music that is put together from it is just so catchy. It's just relentlessly catchy, like, you know.
And Criss Cross, you sampled this in the song "I'm Real" in 1993 as well.
Nice.
And did you see the Sir Mix-a-Lot during the New Year's Eve special at the Needle?
I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Did
with
you tune in? I was watching the King 5, so.
No, very cool.
I guess you were down there, Eric, the New Year's Eve.
I was, yeah, watching the fireworks go off at the Space Needle. A lot of fun.
And I was nearby in Queen Anne, but I was watching on the TV. They had the real fireworks, and then they had augmented reality fireworks on top. But Sir Mix-a-Lot did a special of his Baby Got Back, which we talked about just a week prior, which was funny.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up.
I think I recorded it, so I might be able to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I did get a screenshot of it. So in number 12 is In the Still of the Night, night spelled N-I-T, Boys to Men.
I remember that night in May when the stars were right up above.
And is this a Five Satans song? Satans? Like a different? Is this a cover?
It is a cover, absolutely. And this is a throwback, of course, doing the a cappella doo-wop kind of thing.
Right.
And this is a soundtrack for the Jacksons' An American Dream?
That's right, yep.
And it debuted at number 1 in New Zealand and number 3 in the U.S. And second chart topper in Canada, Australia, France, United Kingdom. And then it was re-released on the album Cooley High Harmony.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, never missed a chance to show off what they could do vocally. I think a lot of artists can kind of get by with, so-so voices with production techniques. But, Boyz II Men really could sing. And, any chance that they got to kind of show that off in a live way, like in a a cappella version of a classic song or, on, different TV appearances, they definitely took that chance. And who can blame them?
It took a moderate hit and made it a big hit.
Absolutely.
It's one of the best-known doo-wop songs, and also recorded by Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson, Out of the Blue.
And then number 13 is Don't Walk Away, Jade. It doesn't ring a bell, but maybe it will.
Definitely very much of its time.
One of the biggest dance and R&B singles of the year. Landed the trio on The Tonight Show, the Arsenio Hall Show, and Top of the Pops in the United Kingdom.
Who remembers the Arsenio Hall Show? Wow.
I do not recall. I
remember it a little bit. It was a little bit of a flash in the pan, but of course Arsenio Hall, very good friends with Eddie Murphy.
Okay, I'll have to look this up.
I believe he was he in Coming to America with him? He was in a movie with him.
Yeah. Oh.
Arsenio Hall. He's a fun guy. Good comedian.
And this is song number 52 of the greatest girl group songs of all time, out of 100.
Yeah.
Top 100's always good.
And it was sampled by a tribe called Quest from the song Award Tour.
Nice.
And one of them in the music video is using a revolutionary car phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Jade were a big group in 1993, and, they're still going to this day.
Wow. Maybe it'll come the Climate
That's
Pledge.
cool.
Yeah. And number 14 is Knockin' da Boots, H-Town.
H-Town. Fever for the Flavor was the album.
Well, who doesn't have a fever for the flavor?
That's right. Once you're done knocking the boots, you got that fever for the flavor.
That's right.
And you gotta hit up some Cheetos or something.
Peaked at number 3 for 7 weeks.
Wow. I can't recall H-Town having any more hits than this. Let's take a look if they did.
They won the Soul Train Music Award for Best R&B Solo or New Rap Artist.
All right, I stand corrected. They also had a minor hit called Lick You Up. And later, Part-Time Lover, Emotions, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, and They Like It Slow were all at the lower end of the charts. But this definitely their biggest hit. 1993's Knockin' the Boots.
And it's got elements of Be Alright by Zapp.
That makes sense.
So in 93, there was some movies that came out. Some big ones, like some of my favorites, like Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, of course, one of my favorites as well. Yeah, because I love Michael Crichton. I used to read a lot of his novels.
I was reading that during the quarantine. I was reading
the novel,
Lost
of
World.
course.
Yeah.
A little different than the movie, as they all are. But, of course, Jurassic Park broke the box office record in 93, making over $900 million.
State-of-the-art special effects that hold up today.
Yeah, and like a $50 million opening weekend, which at that time was a big record. And then, of course, the local favorite, Sleepless in Seattle, came out that year. And if you ever go down to the Athenian restaurant in the Pike Place Market, that is famously where Tom Hanks and Rob Reiner would sit and talk and eat during the movie, and they have plaques there at the seats where they sat. And so my friend and I went and sat in their seats one time to eat one day. Fun little,
And the boat and the houseboat's still there on Lake Union. I go boating by it in the summer.
That's right.
Pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are roughly the same age. I know Devin wasn't even born yet.
Negative
in
2,
93. Yeah. But didn't it feel like at the time, like Seattle just was just the biggest thing on the planet? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It just seemed like there was movies, there was singles, there was Sleepless in Seattle, and there was so many bands that were really big that were all from Seattle at the time. And Starbucks blew up to a level that we'd never seen before.
Microsoft was getting there.
Microsoft was still huge. I mean, it just felt like this was the epicenter of the planet.
Oh, it was.
In the early 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah. I was going to say singles, a good mention, lots of great, of course, grunge, but some other bands I mentioned.
And that was set in Seattle, and a lot of it filmed in Seattle. OK Hotel, one of the places that was used as a set for that.
Yeah. And that year, I saw Paul Westerberg live. He had a song on the singles.
He did, great
soundtrack.
Song.
And so he played at, I think it was the Bite of Seattle that year. And we went down and saw him play live.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And other great movies coming out this year, Groundhog Day, not to mention, and love that.
Classic.
We watch that every Groundhog's Day, which is coming up. And Miss Doubtfire, Free Willy, Wayne's World 2, not as good as the first one, but still, it's a story to tell.
Yeah, lots of good movies that year.
And Beethoven's Second, love those dog movies. Well, is this number 15 lately?
Jodeci.
Jodeci.
So much smooth R&B in the top 20 of 1993.
Yeah, absolutely.
This from their album Diary of a Mad Band.
Not to be confused with that Ozzy Osbourne album.
And this is a Stevie Wonder song that they covered?
I'll take your word for that.
For the this was recovered by Josie for the Uptown MTV Unplugged release in 1993. with executive producer Andre Hall referring it as their end of the road from like Boys to Men.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't remember this song. It's not jogging any memories at all, but I do remember Jodeci being a big deal at the time. You know, they were definitely one of those names that was thrown around a lot along the lines of, a Blackstreet or, Boys to Men.
And certified gold and over 900,000 copies sold. But yeah, originally Stevie Wonder recorded this Hotter Than July in 1980. And it reached number 3 in the United Kingdom, but I guess it didn't, it was a moderate hit, turned into a big hit. And then number 16, Daisy Dukes, the Juice.
Deuce, I think. It's Juice with a D, essentially. And this was when I believe a lot of Atlanta hip-hop acts were breaking through. And this was another one of them, Daisy Dukes.
Off the same name of the album.
Yeah, and of course, named after the shorts that Daisy Duke wore on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Just ring a bell when you're back then?
No, I don't know.
More listen to the rock. So. I mean,
I was going to say I'm more familiar with the fact that Jessica Simpson, reprised the role of Daisy Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard movie. But.
Yes. Yeah, of all properties to make a comeback in the 90s.
Right.
Dukes of Hazzard movie came out for sure.
So this is number 17, Show Me Love, Robin S.
Robin S., that's right. Another dance diva. You still hear this song to this day, in the clubs for sure. I think this was bigger in Europe than it was here, but it was a massive hit for sure.
Mm-hmm. Next time we do DJing with Johnny, we gotta play this song. Got a good beat.
Yeah, I like it.
And
guys, I'm sorry, we got about 2 minutes left here.
Well, could we go out with I'll Follow the Sun by the cover by Ronnie Spector?
Let's do that.
Just to honor her, and we'll circle back to 1993 at some point, part 2.
That's a good idea.
Sounds good.
Great having you on the show again, Darren.
Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it,
anything
guys.
Anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, it's been fun. I like it.
It's a good time. Always with the Viva vibes.
Yeah, thanks.
Join the group, Viva ENT, Talk Radio, Rock, Pop, and Soul. It's a place to be for the music community.
That's right.
And this is Ronnie Spector's version of the Beatles song, I'll Follow the Sun.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
I was the one, but tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. And now the time has come, and so my love I must go. And though I lose a friend, in the end you will know. One day you'll find that I have gone, but tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. Yeah, tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. One day you'll find that I have gone, but tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. And now the time has come, and so my love I must go. And though I lose a friend, in the end you will know.